Hey, English 112, this is Miss Brewer. I will be your instructor for the summer session of English 112, completely online. I want to start by saying welcome, and also by reiterating that this is a 10-week summer course in which you will cover everything that occurs in a normal 18-week course in 10 weeks. So I just want you to prepare yourself because the workload is condensed so that you can complete this course over the summer. So for this introductory video, I'm just going to take some time and go over basic information and then what is expected for week 1. So if you want to go ahead and pull up Moodle and you can have the class open, follow through with me to kind of see what I'm talking about. So just at the top of the course page, you have my information. So you have my office, which is Waller 114. You have my student hours. That means that I'm available for students during those hours in person, on the phone, virtually. You can catch me in my office. You can call me. Sometimes I won't answer the phone. I might not be like right there, but I'll call you back. Or you can set up a virtual meeting and we can meet to talk about any questions you have in the class. I highly encourage students to use my student hours specifically for clarification on assignments and in an online class. So if you ever have any questions, you can email me and I'll answer you via email, or you can attempt to set up an appointment and we can talk about it then. If you're on campus, you can just swing by during those office hours and catch me in my office. I do have a virtual student meeting link, so if you do schedule a virtual office hour or student hour with me meeting, that's the link that you would use at the time that we decide to meet. I'm going to open up the syllabus. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. You are perfectly capable of reading, but I just want to go over a couple of things. So you can see my student hours here. You can see my contact information, our chair of English contact information, the Deans of Arts and Sciences contact information. You can see some of the assignments that we're going to do in this class. We're going to use MLA format and APA format for documentation. So we'll explore a new format and we'll be doing academic writing. We'll be doing business writing. We'll be doing some analysis, we'll be doing some review, some summary. Okay, so writing and research across the disciplines. We're trying to kind of use new styles to write and to research so that you can kind of function in different disciplines. For the grading for this course, it just gives you the breakdown. You have 40% of the course is your coursework. That is journals or quizzes or tests or discussions or classworks or anything that's not in our 2 major formatting categories falls under coursework. Then you have MLA format. Our MLA format category, you'll have a quiz for that reviews MLA. You should be pretty familiar with it. You used it in English 111. And then you'll have a literary analysis paper where you're going to analyze some literature and you will do a MLA formatted thesis and outline and a paper for that. And that will be what makes up that category. For APA, there's a couple more assignments. So you'll do an annotated bibliography, you'll do a literature review, and you'll do a business PowerPoint presentation. And then your final exam will cover everything that we've done in the class. If you scroll down to policies, course policies, just a reminder to you that when you enter an English 112 class, it is the expectation of our department that you have the skills that were required from English 111. So whether you took English 111 last semester or you took English 111 10 years ago, you are going to be using those skills in English 112 and we will not be reteaching them in this course. So I just want to remind everyone that, that's expected. It's a building. So we do expect that you can already write formally and academically. You know the importance of citing, you know the recursive writing process and basic grammar and how to generally gather research. If you scroll down to contacting your instructor, this just tells you how to get in touch with me. Email is always the best. You're going to hear from me the most quickly, probably through email, particularly because I'm not always on campus. In summer, we have a reduced schedule, so I will only physically be on campus Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So definitely shoot me an email if you have a question. When you email me, there is a specific format that I want you to use. So you can see that it's here. I want you to have a salutation, give me your name, tell me you're in English 112, tell me which section you're in. I have 3 sections this summer of the same class. So look at the top of the Moodle page. It'll tell you which section you're in. And I want clarification on this specific thing. Here are my questions. Okay, so often I'll get an email where if it's all written in the subject line, or, hey, Ms. Brewer, why did I get that grade? I don't know who the person is, aside from the fact that they emailed me from their email address, which class they're in, which assignment they're talking about. So please be specific in your email. For your attendance assignment for this week, what I want you to do is I want you to, in Moodle, write an email in this format. So this is your attendance assignment for this week. In Moodle, you'll open up the attendance assignment and you will just write a quick email in this particular format in Moodle. Don't email me. Do it in Moodle. So write this format. If you don't have a specific question, just say, you know, I'm completing this attendance assignment per what you said in the video. But that is your attendance assignment. That's what I'm going to check to make sure that you are present for the week. And again, you are putting it in Moodle. You're not emailing me. Don't email me. I mean, unless you have a real question, but for the assignment, don't email me. You'll see in bold underneath that, it just reminds you guys that a FERPA form does allow for parental communication. However, I do not communicate with parents without the student being present. So if your parent emails me and asks me a question, I'm going to reply back, even if they have a FERPA on file, and CC you, because it is your education. So you should be taking the front seat for any questions or concerns for your education. When you submit your assignments, I have to stress this, there is a free Microsoft download. Please make sure that you have downloaded Microsoft Office. You will need it for this class. I do not accept Pages, Google Links, Google Files. I only accept Microsoft Office. Microsoft Word for your papers, excuse me, and PowerPoint for your final presentation. I do have a late work policy. You have a due date and a deadline to turn in your work. The deadline is always 5 days after the due date. So if you turn in an assignment, you essentially, almost every assignment, you have 5 days to get it done for a late penalty. After the 5 days have passed, I do not accept the assignment. Late assignments do lose 10% every day that they are late. And if I go in and grade something and it's like 3 days in and you turn it in on the 4th day, you will have to email me to get the 0 changed. You'll have to email me and let me know that you turned it in late so I know to go back and look at it because I've already graded it. Grace periods do not apply to attendance assignments. So I look at attendance assignments first thing, grade them, get your attendance done, and there is no grace period on them, particularly for attendance. If you don't do it on time, like if you've submitted it late and I look at it 2 days later, I might take the late points off and still give you some points, but you are marked absent, so be aware of that. You can submit your literature review up to 24 hours late with a 15-point penalty. After 24 hours, I will not accept it. The final class presentation and the final exam, because it's such a quick turnaround for me to turn grades in, there is no late procedure. So if it's not turned in on time, I do not accept it. So make sure that you're aware of that. I go very in depth over the plagiarism policy, the different types of plagiarism, but what every student needs to know is that if you commit plagiarism, whether intentionally or accidentally, twice in this course, you will receive an F in the course. The first time you receive an F on the assignment, the second time you receive an F in the course. So we take it very seriously. It's really important that we are documenting information. When it doesn't come from us, we need to say where it came from, and we need to do it properly. So that's really everything from the syllabus. I want you to read all of it, of course, but those are my personal course policies. So I'm going to click back into our Moodle page. You'll see a page that tells you our major assignments, what the major assignments will be in the course, so you can review that. You will also see how to send an email. Again, it's very important that you follow that format. And then this note on discussion forum grading is important. We will use discussion forums like 4 or 5 weeks out of the class, so almost half of the class. Please review this. This is how I grade discussion forums. Make sure that for that first initial post that you make, that you are fully answering all of the questions. Make sure that you are meeting the word count minimum. Make sure that you are referring to the text that we're talking about or whatever it is that we're discussing. when you write a peer response, I don't want you to evaluate what the person did or how they said it. I want you to add to the conversation. So it's important that you maybe take something that they said, give another example, or give a different perspective, provide an additional example from the text or from the literature, okay? What I don't want you to say is, I think you did a great job on this post, and yes, the sky is blue, and let me tell you about the different colors of blue of the sky. That's not adding anything to the conversation. If you engage meaningfully in the online discussion forums, you will get a lot more out of what we're doing in the class. So going back into the basics, there are some support here. There's tutoring information. We will have opportunities to utilize tutoring during this course. The resources, that's where you'll see your free Microsoft Office download that is required for you to turn in assignments for this class. You'll see that you have the Library Resource Center. We're going to use the LRC for our research. Grammarly is something that I highly encourage every student to use before you turn in formal assignments to me. Highly encourage it. So please use that. It is free for you if you sign up with your LCC email to get Grammarly Pro. So just use your LCC email to do the sign up and you get all the extras. So your helpful tips here for completing English 112. When you're watching these lecture videos, make sure that you're taking notes on what I'm saying so that you don't forget what I said. I say a lot really fast so that I don't keep you watching for, an hour, but it's important to write down the things that I'm saying that are important. It is imperative that you complete the enrollment assignment immediately. Once you're done with this video, complete the enrollment assignment if you haven't done it already, because you will get dropped from the course. You only have 3 days. If you have a question, make sure you contact me. So the first thing you're going to do is going to complete the enrollment assignment, and it says enrollment assignment, complete this first. So make sure you do that. It's a journal. I want you to respond in a paragraph. Please don't respond in numbers or bullets. I want you to construct a paragraph answering these 4 questions. Make sure that you're following these instructions. Then we get into week 1, and I am going to post a second video so that you guys can go ahead and get your enrollment assignment done. I will post a second video that actually talks about the content for week 1. This video is just to welcome you to the course and to tell you a little bit about how everything's going to work. And usually you only have 1 lecture video for the course, but for this first week we do the introductory video, and now we'll get into the content. So when you get out of here, make sure your enrollment assignment is complete, and then go to the lecture video for week 1. I look forward to a very interesting class with all of you.